Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Hendrick BMW Northlake. We get to take a look at this 2022 BMW M3. So huge shout out to them for providing this sporty sedan for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. This 3-pedal sedan is finished off in Brooklyn Gray Metallic and it has a list price just over $83,000. Starting off today's review, we're going to take a look at what powers this M3. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 3-liter twin-power turbo inline 6-cylinder engine. It's paired to the 6-speed manual transmission and pumps out 473 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. All that power is sent to the rear wheels. This weighs in right around 3,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds, up to its top speed of 180 miles an hour. And it has a fuel capacity of 15.6 gallons. You'll expect to see around 16 miles per gallon in the city and 23 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 112.5 inches. Its overall length is 189.1. It has a width of 74.3 and a height of 56.4 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for this M3, let's start off with the controversial grille. Now personally, I think on the M cars it looks really nice because of all the other contoured lines. You'll see in the upper section of the grille, the lines extend to the hood where you can see these small indentions there just to blend it in nicely, along with all the contoured lines you can see in the lower section of the bumper. It still retains all of the functional cutouts to provide cooling to this engine, as well as the nicely incorporated forward-facing camera. You can see all the parking sensors run throughout the middle section as well. And this also has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. You'll see that the DRL has a really nice half C-shaped design to it running underneath the headlight and the high beam, along with a sleek headlight housing itself. And then in the corners of the bumper, we have even more functional air inlets to provide better aerodynamics for this. You can see the corners of the bumper are finished off in gloss black just to add a little bit of contrast and match with all the rest of the gloss black, where you'll see there's even functional air inlets on both sides of the grille to provide even more cooling. So the front end just works nicely, leading to the side of the vehicle where you'll see we have the M Sport wheels. These are 20 inches. They have a multi-spoke design to them along with a two-tone finish. This also has 6-piston Brembo brakes up front with the rotors measuring 15 inches. They're single in the rear with the rotors measuring at 14.5 inches. Definitely a lot of stopping power for this sporty sedan. You can see the M3 badge just behind the front tires. We have the blacked out mirrors. They have the turn signal as well as the integrated camera. And this model has the carbon fiber roof. Really nice to see that with the black roof trim just to blend it in. All of the window trim is blacked out as well, along with the lower side skirt there, just to blend in nicely with those corners I showed in the bumper, as well as the ones that you'll see in the rear bumper here. It has a really nice sedan style to it. Great lines running down the side just to match nicely with that grille. You'll see the gloss black trunk lip spoiler just to add more of that sporty design, along with the backup camera and all of the parking sensors. This has some fins in the lower diffuser as well as the quad tip dual exhaust, more of that gloss black trim just to tie it in nicely. So there's a look at the exterior for this BMW M3. Let's move on to the cargo area now. You can hold on the button on the key fob or use the button just underneath the BMW badge. And you'll see there is plenty of room for this family sedan. There's a little bit of storage over on that passenger side, same on the driver's side as well. And you can see a nice flat surface where you can put in a lot of items. There's also a 12 volt, so you can charge any electronics you have back here. And a plus with this vehicle, the back seats fold down. So all you need to do is pull on those tabs there and you can see with them folded down, there are 0 overhang. So that makes it a lot more practical for this family sedan, especially if this is your only vehicle. And then on the back side of the power trunk, you can close and lock the vehicle. The one on the left side will just shut it. And now we can move on to the back seats. And you'll see that you can use the rear door handle to lock and unlock this M3, which is a really nice convenient feature to have. And then moving on to this door panel, you'll see this has the Fiona red leather along with the black leather and the two-tone stitching. There's brushed aluminum on the release handle as well as this trim piece here, where this model also has the interior ambient lighting package along with the Harman Kardon sound system and a good amount of storage space in the lower section of the door. Really nice color, matches nicely with this exterior gray. And you'll see we have more two-tone on the back seats here, along with the BMW color stitched into the seatbelt, which is a great attention to detail. And at 5'10", it's time to work my way into these back seats. The door sill is pretty low, so it's easy to enter and exit. You can get a sneak peek of these carbon bucket seats for the front seats with these large cutouts on both sides. We'll come back to those, of course. but I have plenty of room for my feet and my legs at 5'10" and a good amount of space above my head. So I'm right up at the headliner here, but it is a comfortable seat. Right in the middle, you'll notice too that we can fold down this entire piece here. So these seats have a 40-20-40 split. You can gain access to the back for whatever items that you need. And then with all the seats folded down, you can see from this angle here just how practical this family sedan is. And then right in the middle, you can see 2 air vents along with the 3rd climate controls. So you have temperature where you'd like the air to go, along with 2 USB-Cs. So that way your backseat passengers can charge electronics. You'll see the dome lights up in the middle there. And now let's move on to these front seats. The door handle is just like the rear, so obviously you can lock and unlock it. We have that same two-tone design. We do have the addition of the memory seating adjustments as well as that power trunk. A little bit more storage space down in the lower section. All of the window controls, lock and unlock. Definitely gives it a great design. You can see M3 down on the door sill. And now coming back to these M Sport Bucket seats, you'll see M3 right in the middle. Two-tone design to them. These are power adjusting. So we have all of those controls. You can also adjust the bolstering, the lumbar support. Very, very nice factory bucket seat option to get. And again, at 5'10", the door sill is very low. The only thing you have to worry about is clearing this bolster here because it is very high. But you get over that really quick once you see how comfortable these seats are. We'll talk about them once we get this out on the road. But you'll see the steering wheel here is completely covered in solid black leather. The BMW colors are stitched on the inside of the steering wheel, giving it a really nice look, along with all of the carbon fiber. Great accent for this car, along with M3 down below. Let's fire up this M3 though. With my foot on the brake and the clutch, we have that red button down in the center, and we can bring this to life. And coming back to this digital gauge cluster, you'll see over on the left side is the fuel gauge and the miles per hour. On the right side is the tach and the engine temperature. The navigation is also pulled up front and center, and you can go through a lot more information within that tach using this button on the top of the turn signal stalk. So right now you can see some data information. If I push on it once, we can pull up the temperature and the PSI for the tires. Pushing on it again, you can look at some more data information there. We can also pull up live readouts for horsepower and torque. So if I give the vehicle some gas, you can see those adjust. Pushing on it again here, you can pull up the G-force meter as well as music. You can also look at how the vehicle is set up with the different settings, which we'll get to here soon. The last one here that you can pull up is what gear the vehicle is currently in. And then we also have a live readout for the MPG. And then as we work our way to the steering wheel, on this left side, you can see all the cruise control settings. On the right side is volume and tuning, along with Bluetooth and voice commands. And then we have 2 red buttons. You'll see M1 and M2. These are configurable buttons that you can set up just depending on how you'd like to drive this vehicle. There's a lot of settings in that center screen we'll get to. Over on this left side, you can see a little bit of storage space down below if you need to use it. There's all of the headlight adjustments as well as the parking lights and a dimmer switch for the gauges. You'll see some brushed aluminum trim surrounding one air vent. This even has the heads-up display. It's showing the miles per hour and the speed limit sign. We have more stitching surrounding the gauge cluster. And then working our way back to this center screen, there is a lot more information that you can go through. It's a touchscreen system, or you can use all of these buttons down below. There's shortcuts to map and navigation, home and media. There's the rotary dial and a few buttons behind that. So on the home screen now, you can see we have the navigation along with radio. You can look at your phone. There's the setup, so you can see everything that I showed earlier, along with data information, your tire information. You can look at a few more settings here. And then all the way over on the left side, you can see media and phone. All of these are fixed as well, so they will stay put. If we go into car, you'll see there's a lot more information that we can go through. You can go into these sport displays. So while you're driving on a back road or the track, you can monitor all of that information. You can also go into the M menu. This is how you can configure the 1 and 2 button on the steering wheel. So you can go through the steering, the braking, the engine, the gear shifts. You even have the engine start stop as well as the engine sound. And you can go in between comfort and sport and basically have these ready to go. So you can have a daily driving setting and then a track or back mountain road setting and quickly be able to get to all of those. There's all the vehicle status. You can go into the settings here. This is how you can configure the interior ambient lighting. You can go into the seats. You can go into the climate controls, go through the key fob settings. Definitely a lot more info. You can also look at the owner's manual as well. So a lot of information front and center. As we work our way below that, you can see all this brushed aluminum. It's surrounding 2 air vents, as well as this LCD screen here. And just above that screen, we have the intelligent safety. So you can go through the forward collision, the lane departure, the active blind spot, quickly be able to pull those up. And then that small LCD screen is for the climates. So you can see the fan speed, as well as the temperature for driver and passenger. Those buttons are finished off in brushed aluminum. These are even heated bucket seats as well. So you have those controls on both sides, as well as recirc and defrosters. Just below that, you can see all the presets for the radio, and just hovering my finger, you can see which one you're going into before you actually click on it. Power and volume for the radio is on the left side, and then tuning is on that right side. And then just underneath that, if I close this, you can see even more carbon fiber to give it a really nice look with more brushed aluminum. Underneath that, you can see 2 cup holders, as well as a USB and a 12 volt, and a little bit of storage space just in front of that. And now coming to the 6-speed manual transmission. This is gonna be a lot of fun to get out on the road. With my foot on the clutch, if we go all the way over to the left and up, that is for reverse. So you can see the backup camera up here with the guidelines, and we have a few settings for the exterior angles to be able to see. Of course, that's really nice to have along with the guidelines, and then we have the rest of the gears here. Just to the left of that, you can see a shortcut to the forward-facing camera, so that way you can pull that up as needed. There's the parking sensors and the engine start-stop feature, which you can turn on and off. There's also the M mode, which actually changes the gauge cluster. So this is the traditional setting. If I click on M mode, now you have the gear front and center with your tack on both sides. Gives you more of a sporty feel, and the heads-up display actually changes as well. Now we have a very large tack along with miles per hour, very small. So it's nice to be able to do that. Along with changing the exhaust note, as you already heard, you can see the electronic parking brake along with all of those controls. Working our way to the center armrest now, you can see there's a good amount of storage along with the USB-C. And then looking at the glove box now, plenty of room for all the information you need to place there. We'll take one last look at these beautiful bucket seats. They are extremely comfortable as well. And then up in the middle, you can see the dome lights. Alright, so getting this 2022 BMW M3 out on the road. This is such a cool family sedan that is incredibly performance oriented with everything that it has, including the option of going with the 6-speed manual. If you are looking for a fun family vehicle, but you also want to have that performance and the fact that BMW is keeping the manual alive, this is a really cool option. Now, one thing I want to talk about, well, we'll get to the seats here in just a sec. This car sounds so good as well, and you can obviously shut that exhaust off if you want to, but it has a nice healthy grunt to it for that inline 6-cylinder. But I really want to talk about these seats because this is one of the best factory option sport bucket seats that I have ever seen. My brother and I had the chance to have the BMW M4 Competition with these exact seats for 1 week, and honestly, I would get these every single day. It's around a $3,800 option, but the fact that they're power operated, they're heated, and they are so comfortable for what they are, it's definitely something that you need to opt for with this vehicle, because I didn't even move. I'm not a big guy, and with these seats here, you have the adjustable side bolstering support. There's a lot of different aspects that you can get them exactly dialed in, and they are one of the nicest seats. I absolutely love them, and especially in a vehicle like this. This M3 is pretty much a sleeper. The exterior is very nice with the gray. We have the large grille, which is noticeable, but unless you know what this car is, and then you see the interior, you're like, okay, this is a little bit more sporty than it looks. I mean, it has aggressive lines to it, but I couldn't imagine taking this out on some mountain roads. The M4 was an absolute blast. So this is going to be a little bit longer. I think it weighs just a little bit heavier, but with the rear wheel drive, you can definitely have some fun with this car. But aside from the driving aspects, we'll get back to some of these here soon. It does have rev matching, which I don't know if you can shut off or not. Wow, that is a lot of fun. But aside from all the performance and the power, this is an excellent daily driver. It's super comfortable. If I tone everything down, I'll take it out of the M mode there, and we'll put it into M1 as well, and you can instantly feel everything loosen up. Going back into M2, it gets a lot stiffer. So just depending on if you want a daily drive, you want to take it to the mountains or the track, you can set this up as you'd like to. It's very quiet too. I love how BMWs drive, and this is practical with the backseat room, being able to fold those back seats down. I could see driving this every single day. This would be such a blast. And as far as the manual here goes, the clutch pedal is very light, so that's easy to engage. I do feel that the shifter is notchy, but I mean that in a good way, because you can tell going to fifth, you can hear an audible click too, but you also have to fight it just a little, so that way you know you are in that next gear, and I like that. It just gives you a little bit more driver feedback getting into that gear. So let's do small acceleration from second gear. And we are up to speed. This has no power issues whatsoever. And then switching over to the POV angle, you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of this manual transmission family sedan. We're gonna pull a quick UE to see how well its maneuverability is. And it looks like we can make it. Visibility again, looking over that shoulder is easy to see. Same with over the right shoulder there. We'll give it a little bit of gas from second. And just like that, we are up to speed. Has no issues. And this interior, I love this red interior paired with the exterior gray. Gives it a phenomenal color combo. And you can see with the M Sport or the M mode on with that gauge cluster, you can see the large tack. I'm not sure if the camera can pick up the large tack that's on the heads-up display, but it gives you that race-inspired feel. The steering wheel is in a really good spot too. Not really aggressive notches on both sides, but you do have a good 10 and 3 or 9 and 3 position here. And like I said, these seats, you'll probably see the camera bouncing around a good bit. If I swap it out of the M mode there, push on M1, everything goes to comfort. And now hopefully the camera won't shake as much. Going back into M2, oh man, this is just such a fun car to drive. We have cool side mirrors too with that kind of floating design, that upper section there. Very, very solid car. This is a fun vehicle. Again, if you're looking for a manual transmission, but you also have a family, you need the practicality of back seats and even the larger trunk space, especially folding down the seats just to give you that much more room, definitely consider a BMW M3. If I ever need a manual sedan, this is something that I would get. I would get these seats too. That is the only way that you can purchase this vehicle, with those seats. So we're gonna do one last acceleration for today's video. And just like that, we are up to speed. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, coming along with me, checking out the 2022 BMW M3. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. All that info is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.